1,000 feet, still looking very good.
1,400 feet, still looking very good.
The only thing I'm really pissed off about this festival is I lent Lou a pair of socks and a jumper. The jumper my mother gave me for Christmas. I lent it to Lou, and throughout the festival, she's lost my jumper. My socks, you can keep the socks, but I want my jumper. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Mama, I'm coming home to the place where I belong. Mama, I'm coming home to the place where I belong. I'll be free, so free.
I mean, I was actually very pleased to be booked for that festival by William last year at the VU. And I didn't think very much more about it until suddenly I got the contract faxed to me, and I was like, shit, it's in the middle of my high season with the works and everything, you know. It's like, I don't want to go there. And I spoke to so many people, and you know, there was all these rumors floating around, like you have to take shots for about $150 and blah blah blah, you know, and there's full-on malaria and you know everything. So and I didn't have the energy to spend my thoughts on that whole story. So in the end I called them up and said, I don't want to do it, I want to cancel it. Like some of my, because I heard they ran into money problems and they cancelled a few of the less known DJs, and I said, maybe you should keep this guy on and I can go, you know. And it's like, then 5 minutes later William calls me up and says, you're 1 out of 5 that would never let cancelled. You sign a contract and you go in there, you know. It's like, which is flattering in a way, you know. But then I told him, listen, I don't care about the Eclipse. I can do that at home with the football and the light bulb. So just get me a ticket that gets me to the country and out again as soon as possible. And I managed to get one which took me to Zambia for 10 hours, which was cool. And I left Gothenburg, went to London to fucking Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. 3 hours stay in a waiting hall with wooden chairs like this. There's no way you can lie down. It's like you have to sit like. And the air conditioning between London and Addis Ababa didn't work, and I started, okay, I got a fever, maybe I should get off in Athens and visit my friends. I don't want to go there. But then when we got on the flight to Lusaka, I mean, it was a nice big flat with big space for your legs. The AC was working, and I landed, the sun was shining. It was great. So I said, oh, cool, I'm up for it. Got there, got to the festival, and suddenly they say, you're on in 30 minutes. And I played, it was so-so, but I had good reviews after. And finished my set, had a couple of beers, talked some bullshit, and then we're supposed to leave. And first problem is the guy that drives the car lost his keys. But he lost them next to the car, so we found them in about 8 minutes or something. When we're driven far enough away from the festival, so it becomes a problem to get back again, that's about 10-15 minutes, the car breaks down. So the tube for the cooler jumped out. So the car actually, you know, the engine cut. It's totally trashed, totally destroyed, you know. There's no way they have to buy a new engine for the car, you know. It's like, so I'm like, I gave up straight away. Now Thomas is going, no, we have to get out of here. So he starts hitchhiking, you know. And you see the fucking strip of tarmac in the middle of fucking nowhere in Zambia, yeah. It's pitch black. The only thing you can see is a forest fire in the horizon, yeah. So he stops, he stands in the middle of a road with one of these, you know, these blue NASA lights, and he stops the truck. I give you $100 if you take us to Lusaka Airport. And we managed to get on that fucking truck. There's 5 guys sitting in front, and we get on the back of it, and there's like 6 black people sleeping there, you know. And all of us are wearing like $1,000 in cash. And it's freezing, and I forgot my pullover, you know. So I'm like, I got a t-shirt and a denim jacket, and I'm like, I'm gonna get ammonia, I'm gonna get robbed, I'm gonna get killed and raped and probably sliced into pieces, you know. Anyway, we got to the airport easily. Cool, they were nice. They smelled a bit, but they were nice. And when we got to the airport, it was like a 2 o'clock flight at night, and so there's not really any officials around. And when they knew that we were artists from the festival, they knew that we were carrying money, so they were like going through our luggage a bit extra carefully, and suddenly they go, you have to come with us. It's like, shit, what have I done? You know, it's like, yeah, don't ask, come with us. So I had all these DJ magazines from England, like Mix Mag, Ministry, Music Magazine. And apparently, since it's July, it's full of girls in bikinis. They're all Ibiza specials. This is pornographic material. I hope you didn't spread this in Zambia. We are gonna detain you for the night, and tomorrow you go to court. And I'm like, fuck. And then I got these little Swedish tobacco things, you know. You seen them? Little bags, yeah. So they drug tested it 3 times and were giving me a really hard time. And then you have, I realized it was a scam in the end, because you have this guy being really rude, and then you have this young guy going, don't worry, I will sort it out for you. You're gonna get on your flight, just give me some money. And then I was like, he's taking me aside, and how much do you want? $500. What? So in the end I gave him 200. I was just happy to get out of there. And then in the end, turns out that the fucking flight is overbooked. So me and 6 other people, including Subi from Israel and blah blah blah, we get left behind. So get in touch with the airline manager. We get a night in a 5-star hotel in Lusaka. It gets us on a reroute via Johannesburg the next day. Problem is, when we get to Johannesburg, turns out that he didn't have the right forms. So when we get there, they're just looking at us. It's like, who the fuck are you? What are these papers? You know, they were shit. You know, it's like, you ain't got a fucking flight out of here. So we got stuck in Johannesburg. Then we have to try to find the airline manager for Ethiopian Airlines in Johannesburg. Turns out they didn't have any flights for that day, so they're not working. So we get another voucher for another hotel, and being told to come back next day. Come back next day, it's Monday. Mind you, I'm supposed to be in Zambia for 10 hours. Now it's Monday. Come back on Monday, and everybody going, it's Eclipse time, and today the South African school holidays start. So we ended up asking every fucking airline if there's a flight anywhere to Europe. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to fucking Kosovo or something, you know, as long as I got a flight to Europe. But it's like, they're just laughing at us. So in the end, the Israeli friends of mine there, of course they got a flight with El Al to Israel, that was no problem. But it was me and 2 German people got stuck. And I spent a whole day in the airport running between different airline offices. And in the end, I had 2 choices. I had to go with KLM to Amsterdam and pay my own ticket to Gothenburg, or go to London and use my own, the old ticket I got, the old connection. But the problem was there's like 35 people on the waiting list for London, and there's 8 people that had to turn up to Amsterdam, and both offices were in each end of the terminal. So, and I had the London flight, I had to decide at 8 o'clock, and the last minute I can get a decision from the KLM people was 5 minutes past 8, you know. So I was running every 5 minutes going, how many people you got? How many people you got? It's like back and forth, like. And in the end I decided let's go for the London one, and there was 61 people on the waiting list in the end, and I got in as number 4. I've never been so happy in my life. William, you owe me one.